live, but we are live. Why not? Had a lot of you guys asking me to go live today, but I've been pretty busy. I almost was able to do a collab stream earlier, actual real life collab stream. Trenton Bailey was over at my house today, hanging out. If you guys know who he is a fellow Balisong content creator. He used to post clips now and then. He kind of stopped. But yeah, had a fun time having him over at my house today. We almost decided to do a stream, but well, unfortunately was not able to. So we are live, even though it is pretty late than usual. A lot later than when I typically go live. A lot later than usual. We are still live, and we got the Refault back. What's up, David? You are first in stream. Good to have you in here, dude. Let's see who else will pop up in stream. David said, "What's poppin', Sammy? Yeah, what's poppin', David?" Dude, I do appreciate your chats on Instagram the other night. I appreciate you getting me in contact with that friend of yours. We had a really cool debate about basically just predestination. The om what do you call it? Omnipotence of or omnipotence of God, and how he can be all knowing and all powerful, but also all loving and kind and good at the same time. We had a really respectful, friendly debate. I personally really enjoyed it. I hope he did too. And it ended greatly. We did not end up agreeing on some things, obviously. We did have some things we agreed on, but lots of other things that we did disagree on. But either way, I do really appreciate you getting me in contact with that dude, because it was really nice, and I believe God is going to honestly draw him near to him, draw your friend near to God and near to closer to Him, and I believe God is absolutely going to work in his heart and his mind. And if your friend continues to seek out truth, we know from Scripture the truth will always be revealed to us. All right, what's up, Bryson? Good to have you in here, dude. Are you new in stream? I ain't seen your name in here before. It's good to have you in here, my man. Bryson said question mark. All right. What's up, Jax? Good to have you in here. Jax said, new profile pics? Yes, dude, absolutely, new profile picture. If you did not already notice, I do have a brand new channel logo, and I have it actually written out right here. So my brand new channel logo was designed by a graphic designer friend of mine. She did an absolutely amazing job. Huge thank you to Vanessa for that. Um, that is her full-time job. She has been doing graphic design for, I think, actually, like, years now. Like, I think well over 10 years. She's been doing it for a long time now, and it turned out absolutely amazing. Better than anything I could have imagined. And I was imagining some pretty good things, and this still different than what I expected, but very similar to what I expected, and I like it absolutely a lot. All right, Bryson said, "What is this stream about?" So in this stream, I flip balisongs, typically trainers and live blades. So this right here is my live blade Kraken, as well as my Canyon. So butterfly knives is just the fancy proper name. I mean balisongs is just the fancy proper name for butterfly knives. So in here, I flip butterfly knives, trainers, live blades, and even false live blades. As well as yap to you guys and talk to you guys about lots of random stuff. Typically, the truth in general. So, truth about Christianity, truth about Scripture, the evidence of Scripture, and God's goodness. I try and spread truth to you guys about Christianity in places where society has spread nothing but lies and false rumors about Christianity and Scripture. So I like to chat with you guys about a lot of different stuff and kind of just hang out, and I'll answer all you guys' questions, chat with you guys in chat. And it's overall just a really fun time. Sometimes we do singing in here. Sometimes we do voice impressions. Sometimes we got jokes going on. Sometimes it's a bit comedic. We got lots of different stuff in streams. So the old one was iconic. It's gonna get hard to use this profile. Yes, sir, dude. The old one was very iconic. Very iconic. David said, Sammy, hope you know I'm up at 4:30 a.m. for this. Dude, David, you are such a legend, my dude. All right. Yeah, like the tomahawk. Yeah. Anyways, W Susan, yo, the first donation in stream. I actually did it right now. Instead of having just it blank up here and having to say it every time, I actually wrote in stream donations here, so that way people know they will get their name written down. Thank you so much, Activity, for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. I'm not a furry in any way, in case you're curious. A lot of people like to accuse me of that. These are just some giant, goofy, fluffy shoes that I bought at Walmart. I got at Walmart. But anyways, like to be goofy sometimes, and this is about as goofy as you can get if you love being goofy like me. So I really do appreciate that $2 donation. If you do not know, Any donations, anybody who donates, you will get your name written down on the board with the amount you donated. So thank you so much, Activity. I really do appreciate that. Some people may say that a $2 donation is really not that much, but it does up. But little by little, it does add up, and it is a really, really cool way to support me. It does support me, and I do appreciate it quite a lot. All right. Activity with the $2 donation. You are awesome, Activity. I really do appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. What's up, Chris Miller? Good to have you in here, dude. Uh, New car guy said hello. Yo, what's up, new car guy? Good to have you in here as well. Um, Fi said hi. Yo, what's up? I'm gonna call you Fish because I know Fi stands for fish. I actually understand that reference. I understand that one kind of thanks to Instagram, but Instagram's Instagram. That could speak for itself. Anyways, if you have Instagram, you know what I'm saying. Bryson said, I only have 1.45K subscribers. It never goes up. Well, today's the day that it's going to go up. Hopefully, today's the day that it should go up. Guys, if you would like to, go check out good old Bryson's channel. I'm not going to tell you that you have to subscribe. I'm not even going to tell you to subscribe to Bryson. But I am going to tell you to check out his channel, all right? This is what I always do for each person that wants like a specific big shout out in stream. This is what I do for them. I will tell you, go check out Bryson's channel. See if he has good content. And if he does have some high quality content that he has put effort into, or if you have any content that you personally do enjoy, I will absolutely tell you it is worth subscribing to. Subscribe to his channel if you enjoy his content. If you do not, you don't have to, all right? And I'll tell you, Bryson, I'm not going to subscribe to your channel if I do not enjoy your content either. But I'm absolutely willing to check out your channel, and if I like your content, if I enjoy it, if it's really entertaining and looks like it's good, high quality, and effort into it, and it's worth watching, worth the while, and entertainment and enjoyment, then absolutely, I will also subscribe to your channel, dude. All right, Fizz said, yeah, thanks for understanding. Most people call me Finn. Yes, sir. No, I got you, dude. All right, Chris Miller said, let's see if I can stump you again. Absolutely, Chris. Come on now. Come on, Chris. You got this, bro. Chris, you got this. I bet you can. I bet you can. We'll see. We'll see, Chris. Come on now. All right, what's up, Mountain Dew? Good to have you in here, dude. What's up, Peanut? Good to have you in here as well. Peanut, I think you're actually the first member in stream as well. So you're the first member in stream now as well. So that's cool. All right, Jack said, can't even complain about my growth because I never post or stream. Yeah, you have to be consistent with uploads, whether it's streaming, whether it's video uploads. You really have to be consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to channel growth and audience as well. So yeah. Peanut said, I'm going to eat pizza. Be bye. All right, see you, dude. I'm ditching me for pizza is crazy, but I get it. I get it. I mean, pizza's pizza. You got to do it sometimes. I personally am allergic to pizza unless it does have uh cheese that is vegan cheese basically. I'm not vegan, but I am allergic to eggs and dairy. So unless it has vegan cheese that is not made with egg or dairy, I'm actually allergic to pizza because I'm allergic to cheese made from dairy. But you always got to love a good pizza. There are places that I have been to and places near me that actually do have the option of dairy-free cheese, dairy and egg-free cheese, or what they call vegan cheese that you can put on pizzas. And oh my goodness, pizza's awesome, dude. I mean, I didn't always have food allergies, so I do remember pizza with like good actual dairy cheese. Pizza slaps, dude. I understand why people love pizza. I'm more of a burger guy nowadays since, like I said, I do have food allergies. But I mean, pizza does slap. You'll love a good pizza sometimes. Not gonna lie. All right, and by sometimes, I mean also possibly all the time. There's a lot of people who like eating pizza that I know and nothing but pizza. It's kind of crazy. All right, Bryson said, "I'm making a video currently. Your stream is in the background. Really cool, awesome, dude. Well, if I'm going to be in the video, then I will say hi to your audience. Thank you, Bryson. Cool." Making a video and this in the background. That's awesome. Heck yeah, dude. All right, Fist said, dang, you're good at that ballad song. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Listen, I'm allergic to pizza and I'm gluten free. Ah, you're gluten free. All right, dude. I know quite a few people in my life, in my personal life, who are also gluten free. I have a few family members who are also gluten free as well. All right. David said, Sam, can you look at my message I sent earlier? Absolutely, dude. Let's see here. Someone said, David said, I don't know if it's a good time, but I'm still going to continue believing in God. Uh, but not because of the Bible. It's just what I have the most faith in. What do you mean, not because of the Bible? Dude, the Bible is exactly why you should believe in God. Number one, the personal experiences are key. So personal testimonies. A testimony is just your personal experience with God, or a personal experience with God. So I personally have testimonies, a testimony. You have a testimony. Lots of people have testimonies because it's just this their personal experience with God. So a testimony is simply a personal or someone's personal experience with God and how God has moved in their life. And scripture is just nothing but I won't say nothing, but scripture is like has hundreds upon hundreds of testimonies. It is like almost nothing but testimonies of the way that God moves in people's lives and the way that God's going to move in people's lives. Prophecy as well, just testimonies and prophecies. And scripture, I can tell you 100% with absolute no doubt in my mind, 100% fact that scripture is absolute truth. There is nothing in scripture that is false. Scripture is absolute 100% truth and fact. And I can actually back that up for you with scientific evidence if you would like me to. I can go through the list. So all of it contradicts itself? No, it doesn't. If you don't understand it, then you might be able to easily say it does if people twist scripture or don't understand it. But no, scripture absolutely does not contradict itself whatsoever. Most of it, no, it doesn't. Someone said, "How do you believe in God but not the Bible?" Did Yeah, it don't work like that. You can't believe in the God of the Bible and not believe in the Bible. If you do not believe in the Bible, then you do not believe in the God of the Bible. I want see. As much as I want to make that claim, it really I'm kind of iffy on that, but I will say it is I don't understand how you can believe in the God of the Bible without believing in the Bible, because that part does not make sense. If you want to say you believe that there is a God, that's one thing, but you can't really say that you believe in the God of the Bible if you don't believe in the Bible whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? All right. What's up, Only Mouse? Good to have you in here, dude. David said, "All right, yeah, I speak my mind, and I get flamed by Jax. Screw this, y'all. Have a good stream." David, I'm not flaming you, dude. That was Jax. All right, David. I love chatting with you about this stuff. You know that, dude. Please don't leave. You're good, bro. I don't want you to leave. Yeah, come on now. Come on, David. All right. United States Rail Fanning said, "Good evening. How have you been doing? I love the slippers, by the way. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. These are just some giant, goofy, fluffy slippers that I got at Walmart. Uh, but I'm doing absolutely amazing. What about you, dude?" All right. By the way, y'all, in case I did not mention this earlier, this is going to be a bit of a shorter stream. So rather than it being about an hour long like usual, this is probably only going to be a 30-minute stream, roughly. Might go a little bit over 30 minutes, so like probably a 30 to 40-minute stream. But this is going to be a quite a bit shorter stream than usual since it is a late night stream. And I do need to be getting to bed pretty soon. Because of I'm gonna be pretty busy tomorrow, and I have other things I need to do. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you guys. There are other things that I need to be doing, so I still have not read second all of Second Peter today. That is something I'm doing each day is reading all of Second Peter. We can do that on stream again if you'd like to, but I typically do that on my own, so I will have to wrap up stream in about 30 minutes, or not in about 30 minutes, shoot in about like 20 minutes to be able to go and do that, as well as edit a few videos and do a few other things. There are things besides just editing videos and others like reading scripture. Reading scripture is one of the main ones, but there are other things that I need to do, and so I will be having to wrap up stream pretty early today compared to regular times. All right, what's up? Vanilla Rec Room said, "Hi, keep up the great content." Thank you, Vanilla. I appreciate that. And by the way, Activity, are you still in stream? Seems like you came in, you dropped a $2 dono, and you left. That's crazy. I mean, it's awesome. I do appreciate it either way, but like dropping a dono and leaving is typically not something people do. Typically they stay in stream. Typically it's like a loyal viewer that loves streams that drops a dono. But I really do appreciate that, dude, a lot. All right, let's see here. David said, "Yo, Mountain Dew, if we're not your favorite mods, why do you feel the need to say it?" Exactly. All right. David said, "The Bible looks more like a story to me." The Bible is actually events that have happened. You can look it up. So, for example, are you familiar with the story of Exodus? So when God uses Moses to lead his people, the Israelites, through the Red Sea, and then he says that he makes, oh hey, that lost a Zen pen. That sucks. Uh, and then God closes in the waters of the Red Sea on Pharaoh's army, and they have actually found chariot wheels Egyptian chariot wheels dating back to that exact time frame from Pharaoh's army when it says God closed in the waters on Pharaoh's army. They have found chariot wheels in the bottom of the Red Sea. They've also found bowls of sulfur found in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah that actually burn unlike anything else found here on earth. And why is that? Because obviously scripture tells us that God sent fire from heaven. And so that fire from heaven was these bowls of sulfur that do not burn like anything else ever found on earth. All right, there are many, 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 many more evidences of scripture, and I can kind of use what I call reasoning by it's not really process of elimination, but it's by like if I can tell that let's say there's a good chance that if 99% of scripture is true, obviously I'm going to want to admit that 100% of scripture is true. If I can see that at least 80 out of the 82 stories or events in scripture are events that have actually happened, and that's proven by science and scientific history, historical discoveries, then obviously I'm going to believe that maybe that one or two off story is also going to be true, and we just haven't found archaeological discoveries proving that story to be true. Obviously. Uh, I think you would probably agree with me with that as well. And also, prophecy is another really, really big thing. There have been actually prophecies in scripture. For example, Daniel. The book of Daniel is written way, way, way before Alexander the Great. And the book of Daniel actually prophesied about Alexander the Great and how after he died, his kingdom would get split up. And I think it was like three or four different generals. And guess what? That happened exactly the way the prophecy said it would be fulfilled. And guess what? That prophecy was written way, way, way before we have actual historical manuscripts of this prophecy written way before it actually happened and got fulfilled. And so you can see, I'm talking like probably hundreds of prophecies. I'm like a ton of prophecies throughout scripture that have been fulfilled exactly the way it said they would, according to God's timeline, and that have been written before the actual events have happened. There's just like an overwhelming amount of evidence to scripture than there is going against scripture. There is not a single historical discovery or a single archaeological discovery ever that has disproved scripture. Every single archaeological and historical discovery that has ever been found has always lined up with scripture. There's literally not a single scientific discovery or archaeological historical discovery out there that has disproven scripture. If there has, people wouldn't be believing in scripture. And there hasn't. There flat out has not been. Every single thing lines up with scripture. And also, in the words of Charlie Kirk, the wisdom side of scripture is that there's not a single principle taught in scripture and as an act of obedience to God that if I do not apply it to my life will not uh, become better morally, especially according to God's scripture. All right, new car guy said something, but it got redacted. All right. And yeah, either way, just according to yeah. All right. Let's see. Someone said, Sam. He says, he doesn't care if people hate on him. All right. Well, it's a good thing he doesn't care if people hate on him because no one's hating on him. So that's that issue solved right there. I hope no one's hating on him. I'm not hating on him. All right. Someone said, lift your name on high. Look to the shroud of Turin. Ooh, the Shroud of Turin. Okay, I feel like I recognize that. I feel like I recognize those lyrics. Give me a second. What's up, Jemiah? Good to have you in here, Jemiah. Someone said, I never said some of their stories wasn't real. I just said it's more like a story on said things. That's the thing. That's why I always hate it when people call it Bible stories. They try and make it a kid thing. The Bible is a very, very PG historical book. Let me tell you that. It's not like, "Oh, Sunday school, it's Bible stories for kids." No. Dude, the Bible is graphic. I'm telling you that right now, right? There are ruthless stories talked about, especially when it comes to God's judgment on certain peoples in the Old Testament, as well as who God is. It is powerful stuff, and it is not to be taken lightly as kid stories. And I hate it when people start calling the Bible, "Oh, it's just Bible stories." Because they say Bible stories. Well, here's my issue with that: is stories implies that it is a fictional thing. No, I want to start calling these things biblical events. So not Bible stories, Bible events. How about that? Uh, for example, it's not the story of Noah, it is the event of Noah. and the flood, not the story of the flood, but the event of the flood, because it is something that has actually happened that we can see that from scientists, from science, and from history. I don't want to call it the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. I want to call it the event of Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because we can see that that story absolutely happened, and there is without a doubt in my mind, there and without a doubt in anyone's mind, you can Google it. There is evidence, historical and scientific evidence backing up that event, not just story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And this list goes on with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different events in Scripture. It would honestly be worth looking into, and I would encourage you to try and disprove Scripture. I would encourage you because I'm telling you this, most people, I've not met a single person that has tried to disprove Scripture that has not become a Christian themselves. Every person that I can think of to the top of my mind, that I know of, who has tried to disprove Scripture and tried to disprove the Bible has ended up becoming a Christian themselves, because what they found is it's not actually that there's not enough evidence to Scripture, it's that people were actually were arguing, their arguments were taken too lightly. The people who have tried to disprove Scripture found that there is an overwhelming amount of evidence to Scripture beyond what anybody ever argued against them. It actually goes way beyond that, and there is an overwhelming amount of evidence towards Scripture. So I would encourage you, honestly, to, if you are interested in Scripture being real and being the absolute truth and authority on all things, try and figure that out for yourself. Go and research it for yourself, because the conclusions you will come to, I promise you, will be good. And like I always say, whenever you seek out truth, truth will absolutely be revealed to you. Just like Jesus tells us in Matthew 5. So our daily Bible verse is actually Matthew 5, verse 44. But in the beginning of Matthew 5, in the Beatitudes is what we call it, Jesus actually says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. And so I always like to tell you guys from this verse that Jesus says, whenever you seek out truth, truth will absolutely be revealed to you. So I encourage you guys, even if you're not seeking out God, even if you're not seeking out Scripture the way that you should be, seek out truth. How about that? That's what I'll leave you guys with for all this stuff, okay? Seek out truth. Look for truth, and truth will absolutely be revealed to you, all right? And pray that God would reveal to you the truth. And even then, absolutely, without a doubt in my mind, truth will be revealed to you guys. All right, we got another donation. No way. What's up, Meku? I'm gonna call you Mesu, something like that. With the $1.86 donation. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate it. I'll tell you the same thing that I said to Activity. Some people may say that that is not really a big donation, it's kind of a small donation, but I will tell you, dude, little by little, it adds up, and it does really support me. It does add up and is a really big way to support me, and I do appreciate it a lot, dude. Thank you so much for that $1 and 86-cent donation. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate it. There we go. So Meku with the, or Meku with the $1.89 donation. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. All right, here we go. Got to get the lid back on this, and we will get back to flipping, because we do have roughly 10 minutes left of stream. Roughly 10 minutes, maybe a little under that. I don't know yet. All right. Jamal James said, do you have a good brand, or do you have a good brand for live blade balisongs, not trainers? Yes, I do. Absolutely. So if you're looking into getting a live blade, I would absolutely recommend Squid Industries. Squid Industries has some of the best live blade options out there, but their options are a little bit high priced. So if you're looking for more of a budget option for live blades, you could go the clone route. But if you're wanting an original balisong, then I would recommend LDY has some good budget options for live blades. But if you're looking for a good live blade and you don't mind spending upwards of $200, because most squid stuff does cost in between $200 and $300, somewhere's around the $250 price range, I would recommend you anything from Squid Industries as a live blade, specifically Kraken, or the Kraken right here. This is my live blade Kraken, and this thing is one of the best, if not the best, live blade option like ever created. A lot of people agree that the Kraken is one of the best EDC Balisong live blades ever made. All right. Can you read my last message? Absolutely, new car guy. I got you. Let's see. Sam, I made it. What's up, Silas? Good to have you in here, dude. Right on time too, because we are wrapping the stream up really soon. This is gonna be a much shorter stream than usual. Chris Miller said, "Lift your name on high" was the request. Shroud of Turin was the cloth of Jesus burden. Sir, lift your name on high. Again, I feel like I recognize that song, but I don't know it off the top of my head. You stumped me again, dude. Good job. That's impressive, honestly. Thy love pass it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. What are you saying? Oh yeah to? I mean, oh yeah. Cool. What's up? All right. Desert Trider or Desert Rider said balisongs. Yes, indeed, balisongs, dude. All right. Silas said, "Hey, at least I made it. Otherwise, my lifelong streak of not missing a stream would be over." I don't know about that lifelong streak of not missing a stream. I can name a few streams I think you've actually missed. Or I could be thinking of someone else. You may have actually never missed a stream in your life. I feel like there are a couple. I feel like there have been at least 2 or 3 in the past there, or there have at least been a couple streams. There's been a few that you have missed in the past, but not very many. Like I would say under 5, definitely under 10, and maybe even under 5 times. You've been to like literally every single stream, with the exception of like again, probably under 5 times. Uh Under 10 times for sure, at least, dude. All right. Chris Miller said, Lord, I lift your name on high. I love to sing your praises. Again, sounds very familiar. Definitely like something you'd find in Psalms, but I don't recognize it off the top of my head. I don't remember how it goes if I do know the song. All right. I will go absolutely go and read your last message, new car guy. I don't see a message before that though, so unfortunately I won't be able to do that. Sorry, dude. All right. I'll be taking just a few more questions and comments, or maybe even donations, but that's up to you guys and you guys alone. Don't want to be greedy here, ask for donations, but I will happily take a few more donations if you guys want to. I'll be taking a few more questions, and then just a few more comments and thoughts in general, and then we'll be wrapping up stream here just a little bit. Cooper Jet said, "Hey man, yo, what's up, Cooper Jet? Good to have you in here, dude. I feel like I recognize you. Like I feel like you've been in here before in the past, but it's been a while, like a hot minute, like a few months. Is that true? You've been in here before, dude? It's good to have you in here either way. Honestly, whether you're new or whether you are an OG coming back to the streams, dude. All right. Either way, good to have you in here, Cooper Jet. Good seeing you again, or for the first time back in here. All right. Mountain Dew said, Sam, you should bend a balisong or bend a butter knife. Hmm. I mean, I wouldn't want to ruin a butter knife for no reason. So, like, give me a good reason to do that, and maybe, all right? Peanut said pizza. There you go, dude. First pin message. First pin message of the stream. Why not? By the way, where's my pin message? Come on, come on, mods. I know it's almost the end of stream already, but like, we gotta get it. Where is my pin message? I'm rooting on you, Silas. Silas, you're the one in here this time, not S19. I'm rooting for you, Silas. Come on now. Thank you, Silas. There you go. All right. Silas got it right before you did, Peanut. I'm sorry. Jemiah said, "Who's your favorite superhero?" Good question, Jemiah. Not typically a question I get asked that much. But if you ask somebody that question, if you ask somebody who their favorite superhero is, and their answer is not Spider-Man, there's going to be some issues with I think at least half of the society and the entire planet. Your favorite superhero always has to be Spider-Man. There's zero questions asked. Zero questions asked. It absolutely has to. Typically in second place, people are either going to say Batman or Iron Man. My second place is actually going to be Captain America. Captain America is pretty fire in my opinion. But I got with number one, I gotta go with Spider-Man. Anybody who you ask that question to, if you ask them who their favorite superhero is, and their number one is not Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure that person is going to have beef with half of the society in America and countries alike. Let's put it like that. My favorite superhero for Marvel is Spider-Man, but for DC it's Batman. Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. I'm down with that one. All right, Chris said, "Are you into other knives or just balisongs?" Basically, just balisongs, dude. I do own at least one other. I own one folder from a company called Fentiso. It is the Falcon, from Fentiso, so the Fentiso Falcon. But for the most part, just balisongs, dude. Live blades, trainers, and false lives. All right, pin my last message. I got you, Silas. Wow, Silas said, "Like and subscribe, or else I'll be on your walls." Okay, that's terrifying. There you go, guys. Like and subscribe, or else Silas will be on your walls. Why not? Jet said, yo, do you got any tips for chatter? If you know it, I've been trying for so long and I can't get it smoothly. I actually can't do the chatter. It's a bit embarrassing, but I actually can't chatter, dude. I'd recommend asking Ghost flipping though. All right, so find a time when Ghost is live. He's another amazing Balisong content creator and streamer, and he knows chatter pretty well. He knows the chatter pretty well. He's got it down pretty smoothly. I'd recommend asking him for some tips on that, and he may actually have a tutorial for it on his channel. I'm not too sure about that one though. All right. Let's hear. What's up, Grum? Good having you in here, dude. I mean, in your walls? No, you said on your walls. It's done. That's a one and done thing. You said on your walls, like Spider-Man. There's no going back. Cooper said, "Yeah, I did ask him and watch his vid, but it's so hard." Really? All right. What about? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about this one. It would. What about Benjamin flips? He may or may not. I really don't know. That's one's kind of that's on the line for me. Kind of sketch. I'm not sure if Benjamin flips would have. It's not this style or type of trick that he typically likes doing on his channel. Not really his style, but Benjamin flips may have. He may possibly have a tutorial for the chatter. If he does, I would definitely recommend going and watching that because Benjamin flips has some of the best tutorials out there, in my personal opinion. All right. Chris Miller said, surprise, no request for Dusty Bibles. So here it is. I got you. We will sing Dusty Bibles, and then it actually is time to wrap up stream. All right. All right. Let's sing Dusty Bibles real quick. And Grum said he's got to go grab some water. All right. Here we go. We got dust on our Bibles, brand new iPhones. No wonder why we feel this way. We walk with our eyes closed, blindly blindfold. So I'm done with those idols and dusty Bibles. There you go. A bit different than usual, but I feel like that was good. That wasn't too bad. I kind of like that one. That was all right. That was all right. Not definitely definitely not the worst, and that might compete with the best. Probably not one of the best, but it puts up competition there. I like that one. That wasn't too shabby. I was a bit better than mid, in my opinion. Most of them are mid. That one was actually pretty good. I like that one. Let me go with what you guys think, all right? All right, Cooper said, I've never seen a chatter from him, but I'll check after the stream. All right, dude. Heck yeah. What's up, Pratt said, it's late. Yes, it is indeed late, and we're fixing it in stream right now. All right, it is about time to wrap up stream though, so I do appreciate all you guys who were in here at the late night stream. Do appreciate all of you guys for being in here on the late night stream as well. But it is about time to wrap up stream. Thank you, by the way, Chris Miller, for the request for Dusty Bibles. It's just that's like almost a tradition at this point. It's a classic. We got to do it like on almost every single stream. I won't say it's a tradition quite. I got tongue tied. It's classic, all right? Tradition, classic, tradition, something like that. Anyways, if you are new here and you do not already know, we do end every single stream with a daily Bible verse. So today's verse comes from Matthew. It is Matthew 5, verse 44. You can either hold down the screen right now or click the three dots up above in the corner here to see the description of this stream. And in that description, you will see the word for word verse in this description in the NASB 1995 version or translation of the Bible. And it is Jesus himself speaking here and talking here, and he says he is telling us to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. He literally says in this verse, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." And with that, I will see you absolutely beautiful, amazing people in the next one.